Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Bryson with Dimes for Dollars here, and today we have two more boxes of pennies for our Lincoln Cent Hunt and Fill series, and we have another East versus West battle. Now I went ahead and checked, and we do have a circulated end for the East Coast box, and I went ahead and popped the top of the West Coast box, and it is very circulated as well. In fact, we even have a wheat cent ender right here on the corner, so we'll see which one comes out the winner. In our last hunt, West Coast came ahead with 20 wheat cents to the East Coast 11. So it'll be another fun hunt. Hopefully we have a fairly close hunt because the West Coast box is looking pretty good. But we will start with the West Coast box and see how it does. And then we'll move on to the East Coast one. Alright, we'll just flip the box over, and our one and only ender for this West Coast box is going to be at the very last roll of the hunt. And it is reverse showing, so we won't know the date till we get to it. But that'll be an exciting way to wrap up this box. Definitely looks old. May have spent some time in the ground, but we will see when we get to it. Let's go ahead and start on roll number one. Very first roll, and we already have our first wheat cent of the hunt, and it's going to be a 1952 from Denver. Well, we're all ready to roll number 20, and we finally have our second wheat cent of this first box, and it is going to be a 1956 from Denver. Roll 25 and halfway point of the West Coast box, and we have our first 40s wheat cent. It's going to be a 1944 from Philadelphia. Roll 35 and we have wheat cent number 4. And it's going to be another 50s wheat cent, a 1955 from Denver. Roll 43 and we have our fifth wheat cent of the West Coast box. And this one's going to be a 40s find. We have a 1947 Philadelphia, and it still has a little bit of mint luster on it. Let's go ahead and check out the reverse. Yeah, it's a decent reverse. That's our fifth wheat cent of the hunt. We got 7 rolls left to go in our West Coast box. Very last roll of the West Coast box, and we're going to have one last wheat cent. It's the wheat cent ender here. Go ahead and get your guesses in on what the date is. We'll flip it in 3, 2, 1. Alright, that is our oldest one of the West Coast box. We have a 1940 from Denver. Alright, well the West Coast box has come to an end, and it was a little underwhelming. We didn't get very many finds, but we'll go ahead and do a wrap up for this box. We got 14 Estimate Memorial cents, 2 Canadian cents, 9 shiny copper cents, and a couple of these are in really nice shape. We got some really nice 1960 Denvers. And we only got 6 wheat cents, 3 50s, and 3 40s. As for copper cents, we got 363 this time, which means that our total through all of this for the West Coast box is going to be 75.3. So now that we've gone through this one, let's go ahead and move on to the East Coast box and see if we can do any better. Well, we're now 6 rolls into the East Coast box, and we have our first wheat cent of this one. It's going to be a 1947 from Denver. 3 rolls later, and we have wheat cent number 2 of this box, and it is a 1950 from Denver. Roll number 16, and we have our first older Canadian cent of this East Coast box, and it is a Queen Elizabeth II. Let's see what the date is. And this one's going to be a 1962. Very next roll, and we have another 40s wheat cent. And this one's going to be a 1945 from Philadelphia. We're now halfway through box 2, and we have our 4th wheat cent. And this one's going to be a 1956 Philadelphia. Roll 28, and we have wheat cent number 5 now. And it is going to be a 1953 from Denver. Well, very next roll, and we have our first oldie here. And it is definitely an old one. We have a 1916 Philadelphia. Now that is going to be some serious points for the East Coast box. Pretty worn shape in the reverse, but a very nice find overall. I don't know if we have a 1916 in the album even. So I'll go ahead and add that up there. That's now our 6th wheat cent of the East Coast box, and we got 21 rolls left to go. Roll 32, and we got 2 more wheat cents here. Our first one is a 1955 from Philadelphia, and our second wheat cent is right back here. And this one's a 1955 from Denver. Roll number 41, and we have another 50s find. We have another 1956 from Denver. Well, that is going to wrap up our East Coast box, but before we get into the grand totals, let's go ahead and see what this box brought us in terms of finds. We got only 3 Esmond Memorial cents, as well as 4 Canadian cents, the oldest one being in 1962. We got 4 shiny copper cents. We got 6 50s finds, 2 from the 40s, and of course the oldest one of the hunt, a 1916 Philadelphia. And as for copper, the East Coast led the way with a lot of copper cents today, 565 in total, so over a fifth of the box was copper. As for our grand totals today, you can see the highlighted sides are the sides that led in that category. Our West Coast led the way in 40s with 3, Esmonds with 14, and shiny copper with 9. They came out with a grand total of 75.3. Now as for the East Coast, they got the only teens wheat cent, 6 50s wheat cents, 4 Canadian coins, and 565 copper cents. They came out with a grand total of 131.5, so almost double the West Coast. So East Coast is definitely the winner for today's hunt. So that evens up the series at 1-1, I believe. So 1 win for both. We got another box coming in from the East Coast. In the next hunt, we'll go ahead and see which one wins that one. But another really fun hunt. Hopefully we can have another fun one in the future. But until then, I want to thank y'all for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.